I'll take a look at some business news for you this morning, and not a good start, I'm afraid. If you're one of those who have a bit of a sweet tooth, I've got some bad news. You might want to pay attention to this next story. The prices of sugar, sweets and desserts are now at their highest that they've been since 2017. We know how much the cost of living has gone up for, let's call them essential items like water, electricity, rates and taxes, etc., etc. But now, of course, it's hitting us at the slabs of chocolate. This is no good at all. Let's find out what's going on. Senior agriculture economist at FNB, Paul Makube. Good morning, Paul. Good to have you back on ENCA. Why are our sweets getting more expensive? Don't take away our sweets. We love our sweets. Why are they so expensive?
Thank you very much, and good morning to your viewers. Yes, unlike all the other commodities that have shown some deceleration in the latest inflation data, we have seen sugar price, the sugar, complex, remain relatively sticky on the upside. And this is largely due to, a combination of international developments in terms of, elevated sugar prices. We had, drought situation globally. We had a war situation in Ukraine and Russia that, raised the, freight costs. And locally, the Tonga fuel situation with production interruptions, reduced availability on the local market. But that combined with a relatively weaker exchange rate meant that all imported products came in at a bit of a higher cost. Obviously, processing is done under extreme tight energy supply situation, and where extended running of generators meant that costs are huge, and therefore they have to be passed on given the situation on the local market.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to ask what sort of effect does blackouts have on this as well. When did we start seeing, Paul, that we were going to see or go into an increase of sugar prices? Were the warning signs there a few years ago, or has this caught experts like you off guard, or did you see this coming?
Well, obviously, when we started experiencing load shedding, especially at the beginning of the year, and at an extended situation, that's when we saw that the situation is likely to continue. But I mean, obviously, the situation with Tonga's caught everybody by surprise, and affected supply in the industry. But you also recall that KZN had a bit of bad luck in terms of the flood situation earlier on, and that devastated that industry. And then came the demise of Tonga's hewlets, and that caused tightening of the supply situation in the country. So those factors actually contributed to this situation where prices remain elevated despite what we see currently. Contrary to to their counterpart on the world, prices globally have come down in terms of food inflation, especially sugar. But domestically, we remain relatively elevated, and this is as a result of those combination of factors that I've just mentioned.
Yeah, let's just remind viewers, in case you've just joined us, we're talking about the price of chocolate and sugar that's gone up, or sugar's gone up. As a result of that, chocolate, etc., has gone up. So between April and May of this year, white sugar increasing 2.7%, a slab of chocolate going up 2.9% as well. So, Paul, do we suspect this could get worse before it gets better? If these are the highest numbers, the highest prices for sugar since 2017, could this get worse, in your opinion?
Our expectation is that it will be a bit sticky for a while before dissipating towards the end of the year. And you have heard news of positive news of on the Tonga's Hewlett situation, and the production outlook is relatively positive. So we should see, production getting back on track, and being able to get availability on the local market. Obviously, the rand as well has came off the boil recently. Hopefully, if sustained, that will actually help the situation.
I thought it was great you used the word sticky while we're talking about sugar and chocolate. That was great. So does anybody benefit out of this? Paul, as I start saying goodbye to you, is there anyone in the supply chain, down the value chain, that actually benefits from the price of sugar going up? Is there a positive spin here?
It's difficult to talk about positive spin, given that everybody else is feeling the pinch in terms of the cost pressures. I mean, from the manufacturing side of sugar, to the producers. Fortunately, we see the producer getting a little bit of a better price, and obviously, I mean, that encourages expansion in the industry when prices are relatively good for on the producer side. So then down the line, we're going to see increased availability and getting the industry back on track, and hopefully, as envisaged in the sugar market master plan, hopefully the industry get back on footing again and get those jobs back that have been lost.
Hopefully it does something at least for the sugar sector as well, and some of the big issues when it comes to production being dealt with Hewlett Tongaat at the moment. We know what a big problem that has been for a long time. Paul Makube, thank you very much indeed. Senior agricultural economist over at FNB for us, as also the price of sugar having gone up, especially white sugar, by the way. That's gone up 2.7%, and a slab of chocolate, I don't know if you've noticed, has gone up by about 2.9, let's call it 3% at this stage. You're going to stop eating chocolate? It's a little more expensive. It is a luxury, of course. It's not an essential. Just wondering if you're going to give it up as well.